on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. Live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This is Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCollum. Brought to you by Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Iowa corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if anyone can appreciate building a legacy, it's Deere. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Extreme, powered by Mediacom. It's the internet dreams are made of. Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. By your local Ford dealers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC. Also brought to you by Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome in to Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCollum. A victory over the UCLA Bruins, followed by a tough three-point loss last night in Minneapolis to the Minnesota Golden Gophers, brings the Hawkeyes to 2-2 on the young conference, up and down for 20 games, 2-2 out of 20, and a lot of basketball left. Iowa losing 70-67 last night at the old barn in Minneapolis, Williams Arena. Prior to that, an electrifying victory, a solid victory over the UCLA Bruins last Saturday. The Hawks, of course, in those early December games, lost at Michigan State and beat the Maryland Terrapins at home. So here they are, 12-3 overall, 2-2 in the Big Ten, with another border rival coming to Iowa City this Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. The Fighting Illini, University of Illinois, will be at Carver Hawkeye Arena. There are tickets remaining. Not a lot, but there are tickets remaining. We'd love to sell the building out and have a full house of 15,000 over at Carver for Sunday basketball. The Hawkeyes historically have played very well on Sunday. Bobby Hansen's played a few games on Sunday, and he joins us, as he always does, here on our Hawk Talk program with Coach McCollum. And great crowd here at the, first off, I should tell you, we're at the Watermill Kitchen and Bar in the Hyatt Regency, the beautifully remodeled Hyatt Regency in the Coralville, Iowa River Landing. And we're here for the next 90 minutes. Jan Jensen and Rob Brooks just exited stage right off a great win over Northwestern the other night. And now we're talking Hawkeye men's basketball for the next 90 minutes. And you can reach Coach McCollum, Bobby, and or I in a variety of ways. First off, on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is at Gary Dolphin, or X, as the new version is, at Gary Dolphin. Facebook, at facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks. We have an Instagram site, at Voice of the Hawkeyes. Instagram is at Voice of the Hawkeyes. The U.S. Cellular text line is available at 319-853-8344. 319-853-8344. Or you can even email us your question. There's no excuses for not being able to get a hold of us. Email us at hawktalk@HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on Mediacom Channel 22 on 822. Thanks to Jeff, to Michael, to India. I should have said India first. Thanks, India. Ladies first. India, Jeff, and Michael at the controls at Mediacom Channel 22 on 822, which beams our Hawk Talk with Ben McCollum throughout eastern Iowa and central Iowa. And, of course, you can watch us on the official Iowa Hawkeye YouTube page. I'm chuckling as I walked in tonight. This gentleman, great Hawkeye fan, walks up to me and goes, I love watching you and Anger on the YouTube football channel every game day. I said, sir, you got a problem if all you want to do is watch Anger. But, Bobby, you even tune in.
Oh, absolutely you tune in there. Got to see the behind the scenes there in the broadcast booth, if you will. So another successful season for you guys. Another great job, you and Pat, bringing us the action there. And the ReliaQuest Bowl victory was a cherry on top.
I told the gentleman, I said, sir, sometimes Pat and I forget we're on the YouTube TV channel, so if you see a hand gesture or, a fake punch thrown to the jaw, take nothing of that. And then Corey Sheets, our engineer producer, reminds me that you're on video. I go,
he does. He likes to remind us.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He does. Well, that's okay. We're trying to save our reputation, or at least in my case, what's left of it. But anyway, we appreciate you watching on YouTube and on Mediacom, Channel 22 on 822. Bobby, I've been doing this for 28 years at Iowa. I was at Northwestern for 6 years prior to that. I don't ever remember the end of a game. You always got a three-point shooter where our team missed 3 in a row to get it to overtime. Last night was a first for me.
Absolutely, Gary, and I second that. I don't remember a game like that. And each of those shots, the 2 shots that Bennett took and the shot that Brandon Hawson took from the right corner there, I thought they were down. From our vantage point, way up high in Williams Arena, they looked right on target. And a great job by Cam Manyow. I think he got both of those offensive rebounds.
He did.
And kicked them back out. Him and Cooper Koch were battling in there for it, did the right thing, made the right play. Can't argue with any of those shots. And, the first 2 were rattled in and out, as you said. And then Bennett's looked at it again today. Bennett's just came up a little bit short. And he kind of fell away on that shot. But great effort, valiant effort by the Hawkeyes. Couldn't get anything going there in the first half. It really came out and got after it there in the second half. Took care of the ball. And Bennett with, 21 points in the second half?
All in the second half.
As you and I were sitting there, we were watching him shoot the night before and shoot around, and he wasn't missing. And you said, I think he's going to go for 40 tonight. He got halfway there in the second half.
He got half of it. He at the shoot-around or the practice yesterday morning and then in pregame last night, I didn't see Sturtz miss a shot.
No.
And most of them were from 3, and I thought, okay, that's a good sign. Now, granted, you got hands in your face, and you're getting knocked off your spot. But when that first one he let go, it was in transition, and I thought for sure he is so good at transition threes. That thing was down, and it rattled in and out. It took 2 laps around the iron and hopped back out. And then Manyow with a great rebound. And the fact that he could find an open teammate, and here's Hawson in the corner, and he had a dead-eye look at it. It was a little bit strong. And then Manyow gets shoved under the basket. He reaches back, grabs the rebound, and gets it back out to Sturtz again. I'm thinking, this one's got to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like a pinball, rattled around again and hopped out. And, that tells me there's a couple out there that the Hawks are going to win this year.
Yeah.
That perhaps maybe they don't deserve or shouldn't.
That's a good point, Gary. Those things have a way of evening out in the course of a season. So, good days ahead for the Hawkeyes, and just love the effort. And that three-pointer Bennett hit it at 15-second mark, made it 68-67. Cooper Koch hits a basket there at the 1-minute mark that put the Hawks up at that point. So he really felt good about that. The team was fired up and going. And Azuma hit a couple of free throws there for the final margin.
Yeah, and Big Johnson comes down and strokes a 3 for Minnesota after Koch's basket gave Iowa the brief lead. So my point there, Bobby, is you give Minnesota credit. They're at home. It's tough to win on the road in the Big Ten. I don't care where you're at, what time of the day it is, or what month it is. It's difficult to win on the road in the Big Ten. And so what you do is you win your home games and pick off a couple on the road. And the Hawks are home on Sunday morning. That is an 11 o'clock tip-off, by the way, with the Fighting Illini, University of Illinois. 11 a.m., our pregame coverage here with Bobby and I will start at 10 a.m. As you're exiting church, you can flip on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Hi, Coach. Coach Jensen. How about a hand for Coach Jensen? I know you gave her a big hand here earlier, but thanks, Coach. Speaking of great road wins, the Hawkeye women knocked off Northwestern the other night over in Evanston, and
we sat there and watched it at dinner.
We did
up in Minneapolis.
We were rooting the Hawks on up in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So here's the deal: the Hawks are 2-2. There's 16 games left. Plenty of basketball to rebound, and Coach McCollum. We'll talk about that with Ben McCollum here shortly. We're going to take our first break. When we come back to the Watermill Kitchen and Bar here inside the beautiful remodeled Hyatt Regency, we've got we have a player, a Hawkeye player, on board, and we'll talk with him about last night and about his first year in Iowa City as the Hawkeyes get ready for Illinois. It's another season of Hawk Talk here live at Watermill Kitchen and Bar, located next to the Hyatt Regency Coralville in the heart of the Iowa River Landing. Come try their brand new winter menu with dishes like duck stroganoff, farmer's pie. We got Donald Duck here tonight, don't we? I wonder if that duck stroganoff was named after him. Your buddy, our buddy.
Donnie Franz,
Donnie.
Yeah. Regina's finest.
A Hall of Famer at Iowa City Regina High School.
MVP man. Of their first ever state tournament team.
How marvelous is that? What year was Regina built? 1940?
We'll have to get him up here for
I'm kidding.
On-air segment. But I think Donnie was back then, I don't know, 74, 75, something like that.
Okay.
72.
72.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, he's more my age. Oh, welcome, you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, I'm off script here. The Hyatt Regency. Come try their brand new winter menu featuring dishes like duck stroganoff, farmer's pie. I know what that is. That's a pot pie. That's good stuff. And cinnamon-crusted rack of lamb while listening to engaging conversations about Hawkeye basketball. To learn more about their menu, all you do is visit watermillkitchen.com. We've got Kale Combs joining us next on Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum from Learfield.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCollum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Hey Hawks, this is Coach Ben McCollum inviting you to join me for Hawk Talk live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency. We'll talk Hawkeye hoops, answer any of your questions, and get a behind-the-scenes look at Iowa men's basketball. If you can't make it there, check out the full schedule at HawkeyeSports.com. So listen, go Hawks.
We're back on Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCollum. And Coach McCollum will join us here momentarily. The Hawkeyes now 12-3, level off at 500, 2-2 in the Big Ten. With Illinois, the Fighting Illini coming to Carver Hawkeye Arena on Sunday morning. Again, we'll keep repeating that tonight. It's an 11 o'clock tip, 10 o'clock for the pregame coverage here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. And instrumental, as he has been all season long, and certainly will be instrumental on Sunday, is Hawkeye guard Kale Combs. Let's give it up for Kale. Kale Combs, another one of those former Drake Bulldogs. Before Drake, he was at Wyoming. He's a 6'4", 205-pound junior from Nixa, Missouri. That's vacation land America, down on the Ozarks, isn't it, near Springfield?
I've never heard anybody call that vacation land.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Branson?
Branson's nice, yeah. Nice right on the lake.
Okay, well, I'm a little older than you. I guess I have different terms than you do, but it's a beautiful area.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Arkansas border is right over there, as they say, right?
Yep.
What's life like in Nixa? Small
nice.
town?
Yeah, small town. Everybody knows each other, but I love it. I mean, it's home. I grew up there, so.
Did you get back there at Christmas?
I did, yes.
Pretty good drive, yeah.
Yeah, about 6 hours.
Yeah, you made it back, though.
Yeah,
I'm glad you made it back.
Yeah.
How big is Nixa?
Maybe 30,000. It's not very big.
That's small town to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up in a town of 1,200. That is small town.
Yeah.
But 30,000's okay. I'm a big Civil War buff. I've been to down in that area. I've been to Wilson's Creek, which is right across the border in Arkansas, and Pea Ridge is another great Civil War battlefield down there. It's a beautiful country. It really is. Well, how are you enjoying your time in Iowa City? Your first year as a Hawk?
I love it. I mean, just everybody that's been supporting us have been really important to us, and. I mean, Iowa City's great. Yeah, I really haven't had any complaints. I love it here.
Kale Combs is averaging just north of 6 points, about 7 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. You were called on last night, if we just go back to recent history, to run that point with Bennett picking up those 2 early fouls. And you whacked a 3 to get the Iowa Hawkeyes off to a lead, came up with a big 2 later, and you had the momentum going early. You seem comfortable in that position. I guess that's where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I mean, my coaches subbed me in. I didn't know if it was going to come out or not, but yeah, they subbed me in, and it's really important when you have coaches behind you that like uplift you and have confidence in you. So I just came out there, and they told me to be aggressive, so that's just what I did.
Yeah, I love how you play, Cal. You get in the paint in there. You got that little left-hand floater. Reminds me a little bit of Jalen Brunson. Is that somebody that you look at in the NBA to play?
Yeah, one of our assistants, Bryson Williams, always says that like I should look at Jalen Brunson and how he plays off 2 feet in the paint. So yeah, that's definitely someone that I look up to.
Yeah, and he's got that floater and good footwork when he gets into the paint in there, and guy's fearless as well.
Yeah,
you remind me a lot of him.
I appreciate that.
You know, you and Isaiah Howard are almost interchangeable. You have the same game. You do a lot of the same things, which is a big plus for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Isaiah Howard are a lot like defensively. We just get after it and don't have a lot of fear. And yeah, Isaiah's a really good player, and yeah, we just kind of feed off each other energy-wise too. So.
You came over one of those Drake transplants, and we're happy you're here. What does the group, I think there's a half a dozen from Des Moines that made the trip over here, and that has to be a real positive for you, settling in this first year. You 6 guys should be all on the same page.
Yeah, I think that matters a lot, like in today's age with the transfer portal. We had 6 that came over and kind of brought Mac's background and whatnot, and the culture with us. So I think that really helped us and kind of got us going through the summer and whatnot.
You signed on with Coach Mack, Coach McCollum. What is it about his style, his approach, his teaching, his coaching?
I think he's developed me these past 2 years a lot, just with the ball in my hands and being a point guard, and then also just being a competitor and showing up every day and ready to fight and bring energy. So I think that's really big reason why I followed him and will continue to be with him.
It's a pretty good recipe. Let's go to, what are we on here, Twitter? Tyler in Cedar Rapids. Kale, what's the biggest adjustment you've had to make to the speed, the physicality of Big Ten basketball?
I'd say there hasn't been a super big adjustment. I think, honestly, just trying to slow myself down. Sometimes I try to play at a faster speed, and that's to the competitor's fault. But, yeah, just trying to slow down and play my own game has been the biggest adjustment so far.
All right, good answer. Amanda here in Iowa City, what has this season taught you so far about preparing for games at this level? Last night, Illinois coming up. They come quickly too, don't they?
Yeah, just don't take any game for granted. Even the ones that you're supposed to win, you never really know. So, yeah, just come in every game prepared and ready to go.
Is there anything, Kale, that's caught you by surprise?
I'd say right now, just road games. It's really hard to get a road win right now, so we're just trying to find any way we can to get one on the road. Yeah,
you got to cover your home court. You got to win those games at home, and then you go out and you sneak 3 or 4 on the road, and you had a heck of a year then at that point. That's always been the recipe.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do right now.
You've played in a couple great arenas, Michigan State, the Breslin Center, and then last night a building that's almost 100 years old, 1928 Williams Arena, the site of many great games. It's got to be fun as well.
It's super fun. I mean, I grew up watching these arenas on TV, and always grew up a dream about playing in them. So it's kind of surreal to be playing in them right now, but I'm definitely enjoying them and soaking in the moments.
We're talking with Kale Combs, our player guest this week here on Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum. A couple more before we let Kale go. Ben is in Dubuque. What's something the fans don't see behind the scenes that has helped you grow as a player?
I just say having like a really good support system behind the scenes. So family's always supportive, and just instilling confidence in me, along with the assistant coaches and Coach Mack. I feel like that's a really big part. Like, if you have a good support system, then you kind of grow and develop.
For sure. That you mentioned family. Tell us about your. We know you're from Nixa, Missouri. Tell us about your upbringing. Mom, dad. How many brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 5 siblings.
Wow.
3 brothers, 2 sisters. We're all really, really close. We're not super, super close in age. My oldest brother, he's 10 years older than me, but and then I'm the second youngest. My younger brother's 2 years younger than me. He's a freshman in college. But, yeah, a big family, so a lot of fights growing up. But it was really, really fun.
Fun at the dinner table, I'm sure, right? Sam in Iowa City, have you ever played on a raised court like Williams Arena last night? How different was the shooting backdrop?
Yeah, that was weird to me. I've never played on a raised court before, but it was cool. I mean, just to play in that type of environment, and with the raised court, it was kind of something that was pretty cool. But and then the shooting backdrop wasn't much different, honestly.
Than anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Back in Dolph's day, they used to put a net around those courts when they were. That's why they call them cagers. You ever heard basketball? Cagers. Yeah, they put them in a cage, and that would be the net that's around those raised courts, so you don't fall off them.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Yeah. We were just doing that in shoot around. I almost fell off the court. So
chasing a loose ball or something.
I mean, I've seen guys sprain their ankle just stepping down off that court.
Yeah.
It's about, for those of you who have never been in Williams Arena, it's about a 2-foot step down. And so you got to be careful. You just don't run off the court and jump on the bench in Minneapolis. But it's kind of a unique culture thing that is so Big Ten.
Yep.
One more for Kale Combs. Lucas is in North Liberty, right next door. Thank you, Lucas. How would you describe the culture inside the locker room at Iowa?
Super gelled. Everybody's really, 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 really cool. Everybody has relationships with everybody. Just super gelled. I think that once you go through a lot of hard stuff together, like through the summer and preseason, you kind of form those bonds, and everybody just has a really good relationship with one another, and super tight-knit group of people.
Bobby, final question from you before we let Kale Combs.
Yeah, I was just ask you about those summer workouts and how I think it's been advantageous for you guys when you all came in here together about the same time, and you bring the new guys in with you, mix them in, and then all of a sudden, you're working. You're putting in everything that Coach McCollum, you guys already knew, which had to be a positive. But just talk about the intensity in those summertime workouts.
Yeah, I think it was very important for us Drake guys to come over and kind of help them through the summer workouts. But yeah, everybody's competitors, so everybody was up for it. But yeah, those workouts, they really propel you into season, and especially conditioning wise, just being able to play a full 40 minutes of basketball. But just going through those tough workouts, they kind of help you as you're going throughout the season, and never get too high, never get too low, and just keep on pushing.
So, Kale Combs, last night's ending, the flow of the game, it's a lot harder on Bobby and I and the fans than it is on the players.
Oh, my heart's still going. I thought those shots were down. We're going to win that game in overtime, too, Kale.
Oh, absolutely. But, you got to turn the page and move on. Today, tell us about today. The guys okay? They're bounced off the canvas, ready to go?
Yeah, I think so. We had breakfast this morning. Everybody was there, and smiles on their face. So yeah, you kind of got to move forward, and we have a really good Illinois team coming on Sunday, so you can't really dwell on the past. And yeah, we're really just focused on Illinois now and trying to put our best foot forward.
Who's your favorite NBA player? Our favorite role model player, I guess.
I'd say, I don't know.
Well, I'm happy if you don't have one.
Yeah,
we talked about it. Jalen Brunson.
I like Jalen Brunson.
Obviously, one with the
Knicks. Jalen's not bad. Yeah,
as a left-hander goes.
Yeah,
for sure. Thanks for coming by. Delight to get you in front of the crowd here, and good luck on Sunday. We'll see you over there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kale.
Good job, bud.
Kale Combs, Hawkeye guard. He's part of that vital package on the perimeter out there with Bennett Sturtz and Isaiah Howard. There are others, but he's going to be really important going forward as the Hawkeyes get set to host Illinois on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. Our pregame coverage starts at 10 here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Again, you can reach us on Twitter at Gary Dolphin, on Facebook at facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks. Our U.S. Cellular text line remains open at 319-853-8344. Or you can even email your question to hawktalk at HawkEyeRadioNetwork.com. Of course, if any of the live audience here has a question you'd like to come up and ask Coach McCollum, see me or see our engineer, producer Corey Sheets here, we'll jot it down and ask Coach the question when he gets here. In fact, he's here. Ben will be joining us when we come back from our next break here. We're at the Watermill Kitchen and Bar in the beautiful Hyatt Regency in the Iowa River Landing. We're brought to you tonight by U.S. Cellular as the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular reminds you that on game days, your hands are for cheering and not texting, because game days are built for the Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. And by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. They know that quality coverage takes a great team. And with a Wellmark individual and family health plan, you can choose from thousands of in-network providers. Score great coverage and find the right plan for you at wellmark.com/covered. Wellmark.com/covered. Back to your questions and comments for Coach McCollum. We'll hear from Ben what he thought about the game last night in Minneapolis right after this. This is Hawk Talk from the Hyatt and Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Get ready, Hawkeye fans. New head coach Ben McCollum and the Iowa men's basketball team are ready to hit the hardwood.
He's working hard into the corner. Koch hits a three. Oh, talk about catch and shoot.
Carver Hawkeye Arena is heating up. Witness the electrifying plays in person and be a part of the roaring Carver crowd. Take in all the action happening at Carver Hawkeye Arena by visiting HawkeyeSports.com on Iowa, and go Hawks.
The best new cars, Honda, make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get the best value with Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine parts. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less growling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
Tournament Club of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course offering a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is managed by Kaler Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the TCI Bar and Grill. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding party or outing? Look no further than the newly renovated clubhouse at TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Coach Ben McCollum joins us now on Hawk Talk. We're talking Hawkeye basketball. Gary Dolphin, former Hawkeye great, and NBA champion Bobby Hansen, and now the head coach of the Hawkeyes, Ben McCollum, here as we review last night's game up in Minneapolis. Certainly the big victory on Saturday against UCLA, and look ahead to Illinois. Well, let's start with the immediate history. You've had 24 hours. I know how you like to focus in on video and tape, and I'm sure you've looked at every play. What, as you think back, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that builds over time. We probably weren't as, like the second half of UCLA, I didn't think we were great at getting to the next action offensively. And a lot of times when your offense starts to go south, especially with our group, because we're talented, are we going to just completely overwhelm you with talent? No. But we can overwhelm you with how together we are and how quickly we move the basketball and how difficult we are to defend. And, then kind of fast forward to Sunday, Monday, had some, guys that are sick and didn't have great practices and had some go into Tuesday and just weren't ready to go. And you have to be ready to go regardless of circumstances. And we weren't. Second half, though, we were. So, that's a good lesson to learn that, hey, even though things aren't perfect, you can still be towards your best. And we need to make sure that we do that consistently throughout the Big Ten. But, we're still learning. We're still infant in our program. Like I've said, after every single win, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Hopefully there's more ups than there is downs, but it's a part of the process and part of the build. It just takes a little time.
Hey, Coach, I think I know the answer to this, but Bennett Sturtz, 2 quick fouls in the first half. He's probably never been out of the game that early in the first half and had to sit there. But you got great contribution from the guys that came in. Yeah, we did. I thought it kind of got us going a little bit. I thought the first foul, guy kind of wrapped him, threw him to the ground essentially, and he fell. And then because he fell, the other player, the Minnesota player, dove for a loose ball. Bennett was kind of underneath of him, and it was like, oh boy, that's a tricky first foul there. The second one was definitely a no-brainer foul. So it just is what it is. I trust the other guys. The other guys I thought did a great job of maintaining or even building a lead, to be perfectly honest. But we're just going to need everybody to be more ready once we get into. Especially on Sunday. And, Coach, talk about that last sequence, that last 15 seconds. I thought each of those shots that went up were going down, and a great job by Cam Mannion of scraping them out of there and giving you an opportunity.
Yeah, I did too. I thought Bennett's was all but down, and then same with Brendan's, and then the last one I thought, oh, well, we're not going to miss 3 in a row from 3 of the best shooters in the country. So we certainly did, though. The basketball gods weren't going to let us win. So it is what it is, and we need to make sure that we have short-term memory. That's a part of this league is you need to make sure that it's one game at a time, and it's cliche, but it's true. Have to move on very, very quickly, and I think our guys will.
I want to go back to that first half. Bennett gets the fouls. He sits down. You get down double digits, or maybe it was 9, and you fought back. I mean, you got back to within 1, actually got the lead, went into halftime trailing, of course. But I thought your fight in the first half without your floor leader was remarkable, really, really courageous.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some fight. I didn't think it was all gloom and doom. I thought there was we just weren't like ridiculously ready to go, and our group needs to be like that's our superpower is our ability to be like geeked up at all times. Like that's what it is, and when you lose that, it really hurts us. But I did think we showed some fight. I thought we showed some fight in that second half, and we're good enough to be able to take that lead and then help down on a drive that we probably shouldn't have helped on and kind of give up that 3, and then it was difficult from there.
What's it say about Cam Manuel? That we talk about the 3 shots last night at the end of the game. Manuel gets 2 offensive rebounds. The second time he's in a V shape underneath the basket, reaches back, claws it, and finds Bennett out on the wing. You talk about an A for effort with the big fella inside.
Yeah, he's got a knack for getting the 50-50 ball. I mean, he's elite ball getter. And we were debating at that point because I'm like, well, we'll probably have an opportunity to get a couple shots. We probably wanted a 2, to be honest, at that point. But I think the defense dictated that we were going to take a 3. And so we ended up taking a 3. We thought long rebound, Cam can get us a couple shots at least. And he was able to. He got the first one, kicked it out to, Brendan, who was open. He maybe should have gone back up with it, but that's okay. Then got the next one. It had to be a 3 at that point, and kicked it out. So it's what he can do. I want him to do it for the whole game on Sunday, and we're going to get him to do that.
And Coach Kale talked about it. Quick turnaround. I mean, you guys got to be resilient. Yeah, pop back up to breakfast. Everybody's positive there today. You have a good workout. So just talk about the mindset of the team right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You do have to have short-term memory. You have to learn, though. You have to, what I say comes from the book Good to Great, you have to face the brutal facts. And the brutal facts is we didn't play well enough to win. And we weren't totally ready. That's okay. It's not okay. But it's okay now because we need to learn from it and move on to the next game versus Illinois and correct those mistakes. But you can't let it just, make you like a lot of teams. What they do is they let one loss turn into, 2, 3, 4. It's not necessarily the loss. It's the effort and enthusiasm to go into that next game. It's not, hey, we have to win this next one now. We have to win the next one. We have to win. It's not what it is. You just have to correct some of those mistakes that you made. Because that'll give you an opportunity to win. Whether you win or lose is something that you don't really control anyway, but your effort and enthusiasm is something that you do control.
Ben, something just popped in as I was rewatching the game. Got home there. You had a lengthy conversation with Keith Kimball, who I think is a good referee. But, you showed him the respect that officials deserve. And what was he telling you? I mean, what was it? I know what you were saying to him. Like, call it both ways, dude. Come on. But what was his explanation? You don't have to say it.
Yeah, I mean, it was, he's obviously one of the best there is, and it was good. It was just I'm trying to get a grip on exactly how everything's going to be officiated at this level. I think there's an art to it, there's a nuance to it, and there's a nuance to being able to coach to the rules of the game. And you're trying to figure out what exactly they're calling. At this level, it's a little bit different. And here's kind of, I guess, my best way to explain it is I think they use a little bit more feel, meaning, if somebody gets bumped on the perimeter, sometimes they want to see that. They call it a patient whistle, essentially. They want to see that play develop. And so they'll use a little more feel, and I just have to kind of get used to, okay, they used feel on this one, they didn't use feel on this one. Why is this one a foul? Why is that not? And I'm trying to learn so that I can coach my guys even better to what's being called, because there are the best officials there are, and I need to do a better job of figuring out, okay, why aren't we getting free throws that other teams are getting in some of these games? And so, are we? Do we need to be more physical on the perimeter before they get to the rim? Do we need to be more disciplined at the rim? Do we need to take some of those dumb fouls away? Do we need to be stronger when we go to the rim and draw some of that more contact? I just need to do a better job with that. And so I ask officials that. I'll try to learn from it and figure out what I can do better to help my team understand some of that.
You mentioned in the post-game comments with Gary and I that a lot of missed shots right at the rim. What'd you see looking at the tape on the bus playing back in the office today?
Yeah, contested twos. I mean, they were contested layups, and those are ones that we need to do a better job of using a shot fake. We need to be able to do a better job of going into the contact a little bit more. Not just because you're at the rim doesn't mean you deserve to shoot it. Like, sometimes it's, hey, now we need to get a kick out because you're not making that. And so, yeah, maybe we had 10 to 12 layups that we technically should have had, but some of them are bad layups. And we just have to do a better job of understanding which one's a good one and which one is not.
Coach, let's go to email at hawktalk@HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com. Joe's out in Wyoming, the state of Wyoming. Coach, after a loss, what matters more to you, corrections or confidence?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you stay process focused, a lot of times you'll maintain your level of confidence, because it's not that all of a sudden, you could lose 15 games, and it doesn't necessarily, obviously, that wouldn't be a good thing, but doesn't mean you have to lose your confidence as long as you're continuing to get better and better and better and better. And as long as you keep that process focus, I think the highs don't get too high and the lows don't get too low. And so, we should be able to maintain our confidence through that, through corrections, through making sure that we don't make the same mistakes multiple times. What's the definition of insanity? We always tell our guys is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And so, you have to make those corrections to create some of that confidence that we've already built.
That's Coach Ben McCollum, Bobby Hansen. I'm Gary Dolphin. Hi to everybody watching in tonight on Mediacom Channel 22 and listening in here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. We're live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar, located inside the Hyatt Regency here in Coralville in the Iowa River Landing, in the heart of the Iowa River Landing. We'll step out, take a break, come back in just a minute with Coach, and more of your questions on Twitter, Facebook, email, Instagram, many ways to reach us here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. We're sponsored by Iowa Corn and the Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Series. Iowa Corn promotes honest, hard-working values that are uniquely Iowan. Thank you to Iowa's corn farmers who lead the nation in corn and ethanol production, feeding and fueling us all. Go to iowacorn.org and learn how corn grows Iowa. And we're sponsored by the University of Iowa Healthcare, here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives. For all of Iowa and beyond, visit uihealthcare.org. We'll talk about Illinois. We'll review the UCLA victory from this past weekend when we come back here on Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum from Learfield.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Despite the unshakable Iowa-Corn-Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on: getting hyped for unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn-Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to Hawk Talk, live from the Hyatt Regency in the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. I'm Gary Dolphin with Bobby Hansen and head basketball coach Ben McCollum. We're taking your questions on the U.S. Cellular text line, on Facebook, on Instagram, and email here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. And, Coach, let's back up to last Saturday. The win over UCLA, what impressed you about your guys' fight there? He got the big lead. The Bruins cut it to within 4. I mean, you say they're one of the best teams in the Big Ten. I agree with you. And you were able to hold them off and build the lead back to double digits. So there were a number of swings in that game.
Yeah, I thought we came out really, really ready. I thought the crowd helped us a ton. I think that's the beauty of the Big Ten is home court advantages, and we want to try to take advantage of that. I thought that defensively we really executed. And then second half, we just kind of held on a little bit. We needed to make sure that we kind of imposed our will that second half. But, hopefully, again, we'll learn from that. But it was a fun game, fun atmosphere. We certainly appreciate the fan support. And I think UCLA is really good. I think they've had a tough schedule in the Big Ten. Obviously at Washington. I think 3 of their first 4 were on the road. At Washington, at Wisconsin, at us, and then home versus Oregon. So I'd assume their next game is at home here shortly.
Yeah, in that game, I was going to ask you, the last shot. Ben took there and fired that up there. With the okay from the coach there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those deals that
would have been 5 different in shot clock.
Yeah, what's the right protocol? I know this. We've won, and I'd say this with all humility, we've won, 4 national championships? We've won a lot. So the last thing I have any interest in is showing anyone up. That doesn't do it for me. So part of it is just shoot the ball so that it hits the rim so that we don't have to stop the clock. And then ironically, there was a stoppage, which is wild. But initially it was more just shoot it from half court. I didn't think he'd make it. Just shoot it so that it hits the rim so we don't have to stop the thing and blow the whistle, take it out, and let's just get out of here. So it had nothing to do with it wasn't any disrespect or anything like that.
No, not at all. But even the play before that, a great steal. Bennett throws a full court pass, and Tavion hammers it home with the dunk. That was a great play.
Well, that one, that one there was still about a minute left,
yeah.
and so you want to make sure that you build enough of a lead. I think it was one of the years we were down 12 with maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes, somewhere in that range, in a regional final, and we ended up coming back from down 12. I thought the game was over for sure. Ended up coming back. So you don't want to necessarily take that for granted either. You need to make sure that you put the game away.
You knew the Bruins were going to make some kind of a run in that second half. I've always felt sometimes it's as difficult to keep a 20-point lead as it is to battle back from a 20-point deficit because although it's fun to have the lead, you're not used to playing with leads that large.
Yeah. We've done it a lot in our career, in my career. I actually prefer the 20-point lead.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it's a wild deal. I kind of like it. A lot of people don't. They're like, man, I'd rather just keep it. No, I like the 20-point lead. That's fun for me. But the interesting part about this level, and I think people have to understand that we're still learning this level as well, is there's a lot of really, really good players.
For sure.
And they're really good. And so the coaching is good. I felt like I faced really good coaches at Division II that were, some of them are better than a lot of the coaches that I've faced at Division I, to be perfectly honest, from an X's and O's standpoint. But the players at this level are a lot better. From top to bottom. So when you get those leads, if you don't keep your foot on them, they'll come back because they're good enough, regardless of coaching or no coaching. They're just good players that you got to make sure that you put away.
And one of those was Donovan Dent. I mean, a guy that isn't known as a great shooter, but he is known as a driver. And when Sky got hurt early in the second half, I think he only played 1 minute in the second half, Dent took over for his team, and as you pointed out afterwards, he's just a tough guard. He just kept getting away from us, and credit to him.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's a good player. We were worried about him going in. He doesn't shoot it great from the outside from three, but he kind of shoots those little 10 to 15 footers and makes them.
Step backers.
Yeah, which that's what our defense forces is 10 to 15 footers. Tough twos or contested twos is what you want because – one, you don't get to the free throw line when you shoot those. Two, it's difficult to offensive rebound because they're not long rebounds and it doesn't create any space. And so that's what we force, but that's what he makes. He's deceptively quick, can really, really pass it. And so he's a good player. And we had our hands full in that game with him.
Solid win over a solid team. The Hawks are 2-2. We'll get coach's thoughts on Illinois in a few minutes. Let's go to the U.S. Cellular text line at 319-853-8344. Aaron doesn't say where Aaron is from. Coach, do you believe in impacts of tough road environments, and do you believe your team was affected by this tough environment last night? I know the drop-off at the barn is really weird, and even the best Hawkeye teams of the past have had tough times winning there. Yes and no. I mean, it's just tough on the road, no matter what kind of floor you're playing on or stepping off.
Yeah, it's it's interesting. The crowd does energize a gym, and so maybe they play with a little more excitement, a little more enthusiasm. Probably the best road environment we had was at Iowa State, and it didn't affect us whatsoever. It actually energized us, to be perfectly honest. I thought it helped us. I thought their environment was solid. I didn't think it was like, Michigan State, Iowa State. Good question. I don't really know. I think I probably got to get through this season and figure out exactly, why we had an issue getting ourselves going up there. And maybe it was just the barn itself. Maybe it was it's cold up there, colder than here. I know it's surprising, but
a lot more snow up there.
We had, there's a million excuses that we can have, but we'll probably figure that out at the end of the season.
Coach, how was it coaching on that raised floor? You see, different coaches will bring a stool up and sit down, but you were just up and down there. You never probably went down to the bench.
No, I don't sit during games. I don't know, awkward maybe. It's people staring at you. You're like,
Kind of up there on stage.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. I don't really pay attention. Probably people paid attention to me a little bit more, which is never a good thing when I'm coaching because I get a little excited. So
that's okay though.
Yeah, no, it is fine. The atmosphere's cool though. It's kind of that old school gym, which is pretty neat, and it does get loud because it echoes in there, which is good for them.
And they stormed the court after beating Iowa.
Yeah, they did storm the court.
So happy, huh?
Yeah, it is what it is. We had that happen in Division II actually quite often,
sure.
And so not that big a crowd, but it is what it is. It's part of the fun of college basketball, and I don't have a problem with it. They blocked it off right away. It was there was no one was going to harm us or anything like that. So it was. I think that's good. I just think that's good for college basketball. I love that fans come, and I don't have a problem with it.
It's probably your ranking, national ranking. They beat a nationally ranked team.
Yeah.
19th ranked.
Absolutely. Yep. No, that's what happens. You get a target on your back.
Talking to Nico Medved before the game, I said, do you know Ben, two former Drake coaches? He said, actually, I do know Ben. We've had some great conversations. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know him enough. I've talked to him probably 5-6 times, somewhere in that range, and always had good conversation with him. I know his assistants really, really well. One of his assistants actually was the head coach for Flagler. We played them in the Final Four one year at Division II. I know another one of their coaches really well, Ali Farouk-Manesh is from Iowa City. I know him. So, yeah, I'm familiar with all that, and yeah, they did a good job and had a good game plan and played well.
One more for Coach Ben before we take our top of the hour break here. Let's go to Atlantic, where Avery is on the U.S. Cellular text line. Coach, as the football transfer portal heats up, what are your thoughts on allowing a player in any sport to enter the portal and then deciding when the grass isn't always greener, wants to return to your program?
Somebody that goes into the portal, you probably just let them go. I think that's probably what you do. You can't just go see what's out there and then come back.
Yeah, if you want to come back. Yeah.
Now, if somebody leaves, goes to a school, realizes that school isn't for them, and then comes back in a year, I probably would be more apt to that than I would somebody that goes in and let me see what's out there. I don't like it. I'm coming here. Little bit of a difference for me. If you're in, you go, I'm going to recruit someone else.
It sounds exactly, it's almost Kirk Ferentz word for word. If you're going to walk me to the altar, you better commit. Otherwise, don't turn your back on me. So there you have it, Avery in Atlantic. More questions for Coach McCollum coming up in just a minute. We'll also have a scoreboard update here on Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum. When we return, we're here until 8:30 tonight. We're here each and every week at the beautiful Hyatt Regency and the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. We're sponsored by Midwest One. We'll get the Midwest One Bank scouting report on Illinois with Coach when we return as well. This is Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum, live from the Hyatt Regency in Coralville and Learfield.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from U.S. Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, U.S. Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists. Shop the sales and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
The best new cars, Honda, make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get the best value with Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine parts. Search your local Honda dealer today.
From the roar of the crowd to Carver cones, can't miss plays and heart-pounding finishes. There's something for everyone at an Iowa athletics event. Don't just hear about it or see the clip on your phone. Be part of it. Change up your routine and get your friends together for an Iowa athletics event. Make it a memorable one by visiting HawkeyeSports.com. Fire up the fight song, cue the victory polka, and experience what it means to be a Hawkeye on Iowa. And go Hawks!
Welcome back to Hawk Talk, live from the Hyatt Regency here in the Iowa River Landing in Coralville. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Each and every week, we'll be here again next week following hopefully a big win over the Illini on Sunday. And we'll talk more about that with Coach McCollum on our Midwest One Bank scouting report after we update you with the scoreboard here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. A couple games going on in the Big Ten this evening. Earlier, the early game saw Indiana defeat Maryland 84-66. The Hoosiers on the road at Maryland defeat the Terps 84-66. Indiana now 12-3 overall and 3-1 in the conference. The Terps dropped to 7-8 and 0-4. Game underway right now down in Mackey Arena. In fact, the Hawks will be at Mackey and Bloomington, Indiana, over the next 7 to 10 days. It's Purdue 23, Washington 15. The fifth-ranked Boilermakers leading the Huskies 23-15. They're about midway through the first half there. Purdue 13-1, undefeated. One of the undefeated teams with Michigan and Nebraska in the Big Ten. So those are the Big Ten Conference games going on tonight. As far as ranked teams around the country, not a whole lot of action, but we got a few teams playing. Let's start with UConn. Number 4 ranked UConn is losing at Providence. That would be a major upset. Providence 82 and UConn 75 with a little over 4 minutes to play. The Iowa State Cyclones are in action. They're at Baylor, and the Cyclones lead the Baylor Bears 25-24 at the half. And later, it's number 1 ranked Arizona hosting Kansas State. Arizona at home to Kansas State. Later, it's Alabama, Vanderbilt, Arizona State facing BYU, and Arkansas is taking on Ole Miss on the road. That's our scoreboard update on college basketball. Iowa, Illinois at 11 o'clock Sunday morning. Our pregame coverage starts early, 10 a.m. here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Station ID break here on Hawk Talk with Ben McCollum, live from the Hyatt Regency in Iowa City. 10-second station identification call. You're listening to Hawkeye Basketball. And when we come back, we'll get the Midwest One Bank scouting report on the University of Illinois Fighting Illini, who invade Carver Hawkeye Arena. The latest border battle next from Coach McCollum. This is Hawk Talk with Ben McCollum from Learfield.
Tournament Club of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course offering a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is managed by Kale Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the TCI Bar and Grill. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding party or outing? Look no further than the newly renovated clubhouse at TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Celebrate the legendary Donnie Baker with a night of non-stop laughs at the Donnie Baker Ron Sexton Memorial Tour coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. On Friday, January 30th, hear fellow Bob and Tom Show comedians Bob Zaney, Greg Hahn, and Kostaki Economopoulos share outrageous stories and never-before-heard moments from the road. Purchase your tickets for this heartfelt and hilarious tribute now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or stop at our gift shop. It's going to be a night of laughs you won't forget.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Hawkeye Nation, the wait is over. Carver Hawkeye Arena is calling, and the Iowa men's basketball team is ready to light it up under new head coach Ben McCollum. It's his first year at the helm, and the Hawks are ready to fly with high-octane style of play that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Single game tickets are on sale now. Secure your seat, bring the energy, and help give the Hawks the home court advantage. Head to HawkeyeSports.com and grab your tickets today. Let's pack Carver and make this season one to remember. Go Hawks!
Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCollum rolls along. You can reach us on Twitter, on Facebook, on the U.S. Cellular text line, and many of you are checking in tonight. We'll get back to the text messages in just a minute, but right now it's time for the Midwest One Scouting Report. Midwest One Bank Scouting Report, thanks to Midwest One Bank, the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Midwest One is a proud partner of doers and entrepreneurs. Our teams are ready to help you reach your business goals. Empowered Money Management, that's what they call it at Midwest One Bank. Empowered Money Management. Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. Coach, the Fighting Illini, your first go-around with Brad Underwood in Illinois on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. First blush on the Fighting Illini.
I mean, they're good. They're huge. I think they're the biggest team in college basketball, average height. So they're big, they're physical, they can shoot. They're as good as anybody in the country. I mean, they're a good team. So we'll have our hands full, but that's the Big Ten. So you just got to be ready to go.
And the one kid I'm familiar with, Stojakovic, played against his dad. Peja was a heck of a player in the NBA.
Hopefully Peja doesn't show up. But
he reminds me a little bit of him.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. Can score at all levels. They ISO him some. He can just score in so many different ways. He's a good player. They've got a lot of good players. And offensively, they're as good as anybody. And they might be top 5 in the country in offense, I would guess. So they'll be a tricky team for us to play.
With all that size, what do they do best offensively that you've got to be prepared for defensively?
Yeah, they shoot it. They've got a lot of skill all over the place. And they're able to punish you a variety of ways with mismatches because of their size. And so they'll punish you inside, they'll punish you outside. They'll offensive rebound at an elite level. So they do a lot of things very, very well. You have to be able to keep up with them from a scoring perspective, make sure that you're getting enough buckets to put pressure on their offense, and then try to keep them off the glass as best you can. And so we'll do our best to be able to prepare for that, be able to prepare for their physicality, and go out and compete.
How are they defensively? Nebraska went in there and ambushed them in Champaign. That's hard to do down there.
Very hard to do. Yeah, good. They've. I think Nebraska's was a really bad matchup for them, just because Nebraska, the way they play, and then they've got that stretch five, Enrique Mast. So it was just a bad matchup all around, to be perfectly honest. But they were able to shoot it. They were able to get a bunch of switches. They were able to punish some of those matchups because, on the other side of the ball, they're also big. And so, you can kind of stretch them out just enough and be able to get off threes and be able to get to the paint and kick out. And so we're going to have to make sure that we do that enough.
And, Coach, versus Minnesota, you controlled the boards, up 11 on that one. I assume that's a key with their size coming up on Sunday.
Absolutely, yeah. And we've done a good job up to this point of doing that. We've done a good job of, even given our size, being able to get checks and then offensive rebound and get after loose balls. And I thought we did a great job against Minnesota. We've done a good job for the most part in every game. We just got to continue to get better and better at it.
Well, there you have it, the Midwest One Bank scouting report on Iowa, Illinois, coming up Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. And last I checked, there were a few tickets remaining. In either end, up above. Now, we all know there's not a bad seat at Carver Hawkeye Arena. So some of the club suite seats are available, too, if you want to purchase a ticket that gets you all you can eat and drink. Well, maybe not all you can drink, but certainly all you can eat with beverages.
It's only you, Dolph, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, I'll sell my tickets in my suite, and it's all you can eat or drink, Coach.
There you go.
You had to throw that in.
I had to. It was just a soft toss.
I left myself open for that
one.
I would agree. So there are some seats available, but you brought it up how great the crowd was at UCLA. It was phenomenal. And, man, to hear Carver sound like that is really an uplift.
Absolutely. It's just fun for everybody. It's fun for people that come there. It's fun for our players. It's just enjoyable. It's like an enjoyable environment, even for the opponents. Like, that's what you want to play in front of. And, I think that we're starting to build that. I want to continue to build that and get it to, where it's as good as it can be over the next few years.
All right, Coach, on that note, let's go to Kevin in Keokuk. He's checked in on the U.S. Cellular text line. How's your family adapting to the new surroundings of a new community, a new job, new house, new team, new schools, new radio announcers, ?
The last one, I'm really having trouble adapting to those.
Working in reverse order.
To those guys. Yeah, we're getting there. The relationship's been a little bit rocky. They're actually really nice to me after losses, which I certainly appreciate.
We try to be.
Dolph gives me a lot of advice, and maybe if you make more shots, you'd win those games, kind of deal, which has been great for me. I appreciate it. I've told my team that, Dolph. So
good deal.
Thank you there.
Appreciate you sharing that one.
Absolutely. New job has been great. We love Iowa. Love the University of Iowa. Love Iowa City. New house. Don't have a new house. We're renting right now, but I love the rental. New team. I always love my team. That's my favorite part of my job. And then new schools for my kids. They're doing great. My junior is they're 9-0 at Solon High. They're doing awesome. My daughter's doing great. And then my son Peyton is playing really well on our team.
Yeah, let's focus on Peyton for just a minute. He does a great job on the scout team, the opposing defense. We've watched him a lot in practice. We know he was a great high school player. He's certainly contributing.
Absolutely. No, he's obviously a really good teammate. He's one of our better on-ball defenders, close to our best on-ball defender. Can really shoot it. Pretty physical, pretty strong. All those, I think pound for pound, he's the strongest guy on the team. So he's done great. Love having him on the team, and I think he's earned his way through that.
Yeah, talk about that dynamic a little bit more. Having your son around you all the time.
Yeah, it's I think the best part about it is the people that he's surrounded with. Not necessarily just myself, but my staff. I think we've got a great staff. We've got great people. The players that we bring in, he's learning, from some of those older kids, how to grow up, and he's developing relationships with great people, which is what you want from a parent's perspective. And he's facing a level of adversity. Like this kind of build is difficult. It's difficult to flip this program from where it was, from like a just an outside perspective, and try to get it to where it gets on that winning track. And it's going to take time, and he's here for it. And so it's been a great dynamic. I certainly love it.
Coach, Paul in West Des Moines wants to know, are you excited about the projections from media, quote-unquote, experts surrounding NCAA tournament bracketology? Or is it too early to look ahead that far? And could that noise, or is it distracting to you and your players? I guess the bottom, you read between the lines. Do you pay any attention to that stuff at this time of the year?
I don't, because it's the end of the year that matters. That's kind of, I don't pay attention to it at all. The only thing that I pay attention to is making sure that you put yourself in the best position to be able to get to that point. But again, you have to have, it has to be game to game to game. Like, it can't be a multitude of games in the Big Ten. It's just such a unique league. It's so different. The road environments are different. The players are different. And you just have to, okay, we're playing Illinois. And then, win or lose that game, then you're playing, I don't even know who's after that. Probably Purdue or Indiana.
Or either at Indiana or at Purdue.
Yep. So you just kind of have to focus one game at a time and keep that compartmentalized. Otherwise you get yourself into trouble and look too far ahead.
Coach, how do you guys scout these teams? Do you do it as a unit? All your coaches and all the staff, everybody get together, or is there one guy assigned to it?
One guy per deal, and then I do a lot of the game planning or scout every game with them. And so from the offense and defense, I'm used to that from the MIAA. I think it'll be nice next year because you'll have tendencies a little bit with the coaches, because every single scout right now is a completely fresh new scout, and it's exhausting. Not only that, but you're also trying to develop a completely new team. We've got a couple guys that had 1 year with me, but again, it was in a different place, a different environment, different roles, et cetera, and so you're trying to do all that, which is a lot, but this is part of the build that you got to take on, and it's been enjoyable. I've come out of my comfort zone. It's been great, and then hopefully we'll kind of get this thing rolling to where now each scout is a little bit. I've seen that team before. Okay, now I can get ahead a little bit quicker.
And talk about. I've been wanting to ask you this question. 4-time national champion. What is it like to win a national championship? The first one and then the fourth one.
Yeah. It is really difficult to sustain the success that we were able to sustain at Northwest because, there's a human element that goes with it. And I think we won 12 straight conference titles, regular titles. My first 2 seasons, we were not very good. We were 12-15, 10-16. And I think we finished towards the bottom, if not last. And then the next year we actually won the league with pretty much the same players. So kind of fast forward to the national championships, we always believed that was a possibility. And part of it, our football team was really good. It was a football school. And we're like, well, if they can win them, why can't we? And so we got to the Sweet 16 a few times. And then our first one, I remember actually one of my former assistants actually guaranteed. We lost 3 straight Sweet 16s. And he guaranteed the next year we were going to win the national title, and did it publicly. And I'm like, oh boy. And I tell you what, he backed it up. That summer he forced people into the gym. That fall he forced them there, forced us to work hard, and ended up 35-1, won the national title. When we won it and the confetti comes down, some people get really excited about those things. I think it's. I guess I probably didn't, to be perfectly honest, because I got done and it's like the confetti comes down and you're like, okay, so this is what it feels like. It's not what it looks like from the outside. But what happens is you kind of bring on all the memories of trying to build it. Like you remember, Year one, 12 and 15, I got a picture at my house. It's literally my entire staff, and I'll show you, but we're kind of on the radio too. All of our heads are down just like this, after we had gotten beat one game. And there's three people in the crowd behind us, and two of them were our biggest donors and also our biggest supporters. Not just donors, but actual supporters as well. And the rest there was no one there. And I always go back to that empty arena where just no one believed in us, and then we were able to build to that. And so you start to kind of go back to those memories, and that's what makes those national championships pretty cool. The fourth one was, it was good. They were all good.
Where do they play those at? Do you go to your home sites, or do they have Division II have a designated, we're going to San Antonio? Or whatever?
For your first 3 games, it's at a host location. And then, so we hosted it. 3 of our 4 national championships we hosted, and then after that we'd go to Evansville for the Elite 8. Our Elite 8 is the Final 4 for Division 1.
Did you say 35-1?
That was our first one. Yep.
Who beat you?
Missouri Southern at Missouri Southern.
You do remember that?
Come on. I remember exactly why too. I remember every single they started ISO in one of our weaker defenders, and we didn't have it wasn't good. I remember.
Well, come on. What happened? You're coaching.
Bad coach.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. Or we just didn't have the announcers we got now to give us advice. Make more shots, Dolph.
We'd have talked you through it.
Make more shots, you win more games.
We would have talked you through it. We would have had a plan for you, Coach.
Absolutely. I know you would have.
Absolutely.
I know it.
On that note, I knew he'd know who beat him. I mean, every coach does. We'll take our final break, come back, and wrap up this week's Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum from Learfield on the Hyatt Regency right after this.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less growling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Comedy powerhouse Dane Cook is coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort on Friday, February 13th. Known for his unparalleled stage presence and outrageous observational humor, Cook's catalog has been streamed over 1 billion times worldwide. Along with his unforgettable comedic genius, he has starred in movies such as My Best Friend's Girl, Employee of the Month, and Good Luck Chuck. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or visit our gift shop.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Welcome back to our remaining moments with Coach Ben McCollum on Hawk Talk here at the Hyatt Regency. Tony in Urbandale, Coach, he's on the U.S. Cellular text line. He said, Coach, I've become such a big fan of Tate Sage so far this season, especially since he's just a freshman. What do we expect from him as he continues to grow over this season and into the future?
We expect big things. He's really good, really talented. He's only scratched the surface. Get another year in the weight room, get some strength. I mean, our freshman class is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I love our freshman class. We've got a lot of good underclassmen to be able to build on. And so we just got to, keep finding more and more freshmen. And we've got, we've got my son, we've got Trey, we've got, Cooper Koch, who's playing a considerable amount of minutes. And then, obviously, Tate Sage, Trevin Urach, Mattione. I mean, we've got a good freshman class. We're still really young and still winning some games. So, you just got to keep those guys around and keep getting them better.
And, Coach, that question reminded me of when Tate hit that corner jumper. It looked like Minnesota jumped into a zone, and it didn't phase you. You guys got right to the right spots. Cam at the free throw line and kicked it out, and extra pass made. Tate splashed it home.
Yeah, that thing zipped around, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
that was like 10 passes in a matter of 10 seconds. It's like, man, why were we doing this against their man defense? So, no, we're actually going to show our guys that clip and then show them our man offense. And they're like, okay, guys, we got to pass it like this. So, no, it was good. I was glad they got into zone against us.
You like 11 o'clock tip-offs, or does it matter?
I absolutely love them. I don't know.
There you go. Of course you do.
Ready to go.
Yeah, you're a basketball junkie.
Just got to play. That's when they tell me I got to show up. I better show up then. The good thing is you have the rest of your day. So
that's right. Hey, the new radio announcers will be there rip-roaring ready to go.
I know you will be. Fired up, won't you, Dolph?
Thanks, Coach. Good to see you.
Yeah,
as
thanks,
always,
Coach.
Go Hawks. Bobby, thank you for your help tonight. Thank you all for coming out. We're brought to you by the Hyatt Regency. Newly engaged and looking for the perfect place to say I do? Well, the Hyatt Regency in Coralville, located in the heart of the Iowa River Landing, offers beautiful ballrooms and scenic outdoor spaces for weddings of all sizes. From your ceremony to your reception and guest accommodations, everything comes together under one roof. To schedule a tour, visit Hyatt Regency Coralville Weddings.com. We'll be back next week. We'll talk to you Sunday morning from Carver Hawkeye Arena, Iowa, and Illinois. That has a special ring to it. Good night from Iowa City on Hawk Talk with Ben McCollum.
Live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This has been Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCollum. Brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. By your local Ford dealers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if anyone can appreciate building a legacy, it's Deere. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Also brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.